I've just finished a colloquium here in Washington at the mission of the African Union. The Africans, through the African Union Commission and its cultural attachment, are trying to bring into fruition this large museum called the Grand Museum of Africa. And this museum already has a location in Algiers that was dedicated by the Algerian government. So in other words, there's already impetus for this kind of work. So all that's needed is basically financing, which the Africans are quite serious about getting. However, the seriousness must take a practical tone, I argued. It's a very different world here in Washington. It's not Paris or the UNESCO. It's not London. The American political ecosystem needs deep understanding and deep expertise in order to mitigate against programmatic risk that many noble programs, including this one, might face. We talked about how important it is for these organizations to be dynamic. So if the Washington political culture is changing, so should the most important documents of this Grand Museum of Africa. Also, it must take into account the huge advances that have been made towards AI. Most people will never visit Algiers, but through AI, they can visit these places. Another thing is this importance of designation. If the Africans could make a regime where they are able to designate certain institutions in the United States as Grand Museum of Africa institutions, they might get partnerships easily. And these partnerships will help more than any fundraising ever will. Another one is that right now there is a lot of energy around rare earth elements. If all the countries that produce rare earths could take 1% of their rare earth revenue and donate it towards this Grand Museum of Africa, it could be built like that. There you go. Past models about funding will no longer work in a very dynamic and sometimes unpredictable political ecosystem, or whatever capital you're talking about in the world. So I believe in this. I would like to see it happen.